Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. Now we're going to look at a very iconic Washington wine from Walla Walla Valley. They're Amavi. Amavi. It's not Amavi, it's Amavi. Kind of like that, Black Eyed Peas. I'm a bee, I'm a bee. Amavi, Amavi. That's how you say it. Now, Amavi is located right at the top of the hill on Pepperbridge Road, an iconic spot in Walla Walla. Go down the road a little further, you run into Sleight of Hands, and you run into Pepperbridge Winery. These guys have been doing it for a long. I believe it's a second-generation family-owned winery. Jean-Francois Paulette is the winemaker. I met this guy. He's very energetic, really cool guy. I like him a lot. These guys have a lot of vineyards to source their fruit from. They have some of the most famous Seven Hills, Les Collines, Pepperbridge Vineyard, just to name a few of the vineyards that they have. And I believe it's 7 total, so they have a lot of fruit to pick from. What I like about Amavi is that they are fairly reasonably priced for Walla Walla Valley. Walla Walla Valley wines can actually demand a lot of money. So we're going to get started right off the bat with a varietal that used to be a little bit bigger in Washington State. Not as many people do it anymore. Lake Hole does it. It's Semillon. This Semillon rolls in at $23, so a little Michael Jordan action. 2019 Walla Walla Valley Semillon from Amavi Cellars, Estate Vineyards. Now these guys are cool. They do all sustainable farming. They're very interested in not using pesticides and herbicides. They plant blackberries and roses to make sure these different pests hit those instead of their vines. They manage their water system very well. They use organic fertilizing, organic fertilizing. They let grass grow in between the vines. This is all things that really help the earth and help the vines. So they're very interested in that. This is our 2019 Semillon, rolling in again at $23. I think I showed you the label. I just visited there about 3 weeks ago. Very nice people. Very clear in color, a little light golden color. Let's see what we get on the nose. A little grassy, which is very common with Semillon. Now, Semillon, of course, is famous in Bordeaux, where they make things like Chateau Yquem from Boitrized Semillon. So, yeah, very, very respected grape. A little bit of apple, a little bit of grass. Some melon notes coming through. Yes, let's see what we get on the palate. Nice richness. I mean, it's certainly not viscous, don't get me wrong. It's not as rich as, let's say, a Chardonnay, but it has a nice balance to it. Good impact on the mid-palate. I'm getting melon and apple notes. A lot of melon, really, and just a touch of very, very, very faint fresh-cut grass. A little bit of Myers lemon, and just a pinch of honey coming through on the backside, mid-palate. Then it freshens up in the finish, nice and dry, but still good, solid wine. I mean, this has great balance. This is, if you haven't had a Semillon, Lake Hole does one. This is $23. I believe you can get it down on the case. If I bought it by the case and I offered that price to you, it'd be closer to $20. But the point is, this is for $23. This is a solid wine. My first thought was chicken. I'd love to have a roasted chicken with this wine. It'd be excellent. But it's also dry enough to go with clams, oysters, mussels, that sort of thing. Crab. Yeah, it'd be perfect with all of those things. Yeah, that honey element just kind of dances throughout this wine. giving it good complexity. I love the melon and the apple notes. Apple notes are very, very soft, not prominent, but they're there with the melon. And a little bit of that Myers lemon coming through. This could be a dangerous wine. I could easily consume this bottle rather rapidly. It is very delicious. It's a 10 in the delicious category. I'm going to go A- on this. I think it's a solid wine. Really good Semillon. Let's move on. Wasn't sure which one to do first on these. The Syrah or the Cab, but I'm going to go with the Syrah first. This is the 2017 Amavi Cellars 100% estate, 100% sustainable, 100% Walla Walla Valley Syrah, and it rolls in at $30. Now, I say reasonably priced because a lot of Walla Walla Syrahs, you know, you're talking up in the $40, $50, maybe even $60 to $100 range. There's some big boys down there in Walla Walla. They're very proud of their Syrah. So, pretty dark in color. You can see that barely. You can't even see through this sucker. Let's see what we get on the nose. Like right off the bat, blueberries. Blueberries all day. A little bit of bacon fat. Get some rose petal action. But I love that blueberry, kind of boysenberry, sort of bacon fat. There's almost like a roasted element that I'm getting on the nose. A bit of vanilla mocha coming through. Syrah will pick up those notes from the barrels that they're using. Let's see what we get on the palate. Okay, yeah, I always brag about Washington State Syrah, and this is one of the reasons you brag about it. This is a smooth, intense, solid Syrah. It has blueberries, it has boysenberries, it has currant, just a touch of vanilla mocha coming through underneath. Good, solid acidity that's well integrated into this wine, giving it that nice structure. This baby, I mean, wow. I love the rose petal right on the top of the mid palate into the finish. Even a touch of violets coming through. Nice acidity. It freshens it up on the backside. This isn't a big bacon fat fruit bomb that some Syrah can be. And trust me when I tell you, there's sometimes I really just crave that style of Syrah. I really do. But this is a nice food Syrah. But you can drink it all by itself, or as I like to say, it's a solo wine. It can be just that. A little tarry on the finish, get a little bit of burnt kind of campfire thing going on. I love this wine. I know, guys, it's $30. I understand, but like I said, you can easily spend more than that in the Rhone Valley when you especially get starting in the northern Rhone, when you get the blueberry-driven wines like Saint Joseph and Côte Rôtie and things like that, Hermitage. But for Walla Walla Valley, this is such a fairly priced Syrah. I'm going to go straight up A. I just think it's a solid Syrah. It just keeps lingering on my palate, which I really like. So, I sell a crap ton of this wine at the store. This is the 2017 tough vintage. I will say that for a lot of wineries. Amavi Cellars Cabernet Sauvignon. It too rolls in at $30. There you go. Amavi. Of course, some of my audience like, who are the Black Eyed Peas? They're not so big anymore, but you know, Fergie. All right, Amavi. Very, very dark in color. Like I said, this stuff flies off the shelf. Again, you're looking at a Walla Walla Valley cab for 30 bucks. There's a ton of them out there, and I'm serious about this. $50 to $100. Easy. Let's see what we get on those. Oh, burnt wood action, campfire wood. Definitely currants, big time. It's like this, somebody's cooking a pot of liquefied currants on a campfire, and you can smell the wood, you know, that kind of burnt wood. Not the smoke, just the wood part with the currants. A little caramel coming through as well. And tobacco. Not strong on the tobacco side, but it's kind of lurking underneath. Let's see what we get on the palate. You want to know why we sell a lot of this? Because it is bleeping good. Tar, tobacco, smooth tannins. I mean, we're talking smooth ass tannins here. Currants, fresh acidity, but the acidity isn't cutting it all. It's just there. It keeps it fresh, kind of bright, gives it a lift on the palate, which I really like. You get that kind of a tarry element on the mid palate into the finish, but this baby is smooth. There's no big grippy tannins on this. It is ready to go. It's ready to fly. It's ready to go out the door. Buy this, drink it now. I wouldn't store this away. I might store the Syrah for 5 to 8 years, but this one, drink it now. Next couple of years, it's ready to go, and it's ripping right now. This is a beautiful wine. I'm going to go A on this one as well. Love Amavi Cellars. Love their wines. The fact that they are really concerned about the earth. They take care of the earth. They take care of their vines in a very natural, organic, sort of sustainable way. Love that about them. And their wines are fantastic. And to get this price for Walla Walla wines is not totally unheard of, but very rare. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day. I appreciate it very much. I hope you're enjoying the shows. Tell your friends about it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.